King of the Underdogs is a documentary about director John G Avildsen. Who's he? Well, that's kind of the point of the whole documentary. He's an Oscar-winning director who did two of the most beloved films of all time, The Karate Kid and Rocky. Beyond that, he's directed a variety of films like Joe, Save the Tiger, The Power of One, as well as Karate Kid 2 and 3. The documentary covers his history, his rise from directing shorts, and so on. It starts in Philadelphia, next to the famous Rocky statue, and they're asking people if they know who directed Rocky. Most people had no idea, with the majority thinking that Stallone did. I'm from Philly, and there's still a good majority of the people around here who think it's Stallone, despite the fact that this was the movie Avildsen got his Best Director Oscar for. He's had a passion for underdog films, the David and Goliath stories, the little guy who takes on insurmountable odds. It then goes through a laundry list of incredibly talented and well-known actors and actresses he's worked with over the years. Stallone spoke about how he was the only director who believed in him enough for him to play the part of Rocky. Stallone wrote Rocky, but most studios wanted to just buy the script off of him and get someone else to play the part. If it hadn't been for Avildsen, we might not have had one of the most iconic characters in movie history. It even covers how he influenced people like Martin Scorsese all the way to Lloyd Kaufman. They had plenty of interviews with the man himself, going over many things that I and surely lots of others didn't know. Like the original ending of Rocky V, for example. How Stallone brought him back specifically to direct, and how the studio dismantled what was supposed to be the finale for the series. It really made me look at the entry in a completely different light. Some documentaries tend to get a little self-indulgent and end up dragging on, but I felt this was exactly as long as it needed to be. It told the story of this very talented, award-winning director who was more or less ousted from Hollywood. There really wasn't anything I disliked about the documentary. It was fascinating to hear all these behind-the-scenes stories, and if you've been watching the channel for a while, you know I kind of live for this stuff. I received the doc about a month ago and have been under embargo, so I couldn't do a review on it until now. Within that time, Avildsen died of pancreatic cancer. So sadly, here's this documentary that hopefully will bring his name back into the spotlight, but it's being released just after his passing. It's so sad. John G Avildsen, King of the Underdogs, is a great documentary that ultimately leaves me with mixed emotions. It's wonderful to hear all these things about the director, but so sad to think of how overlooked he's been. If you're into documentaries or looking for a story about one of the best forgotten directors of our time, check this out. I can't recommend it enough.